Hey, welcome to the Higher Ed AV podcast. My name is Joe Way, and I am your host. And boy, do we have a good one for you today. Hopefully, you all enjoyed last week's episode where we started the first of our January push for ISE, where we talk about all the great things that will be happening at Integrated Systems Europe coming up in the first week of February. And this episode is going to be a little bit different because there's something brand new happening this year that has never been done as part of ISE. And so I'm really, really excited about today, especially for those of us who work in the education vertical. This is a very, very big step forward for our vertical and our industry. So I'm really excited about this. And beyond that, through the process of what we're going to talk about today, I have met an amazing person, an amazing human, and I've gotten I've really, really enjoyed getting to know her, and I can't wait to talk about today. So again, everybody's favorite part of the show where I stop talking and our guest does. Alicia, please. I said it right? I got it, didn't I?
You did.
All
Wonderful.
right. See, I can speak Catalan, right?
Really?
No, I can't. I can barely speak Spanglish, right? I live close to Mexico, so I can do some Spanish, but really it's Spanglish that I speak.
This is what it happens also to us. I mean, we speak Spanish plus English, so that's Spanglish. I mean, it's very similar situation.
I do find at the end of the night in the taxi cabs, I speak it better after a few drinks, but it tends to work. But then again, I think the taxi drivers just look at me and they just smile and nod and just tell, they're thinking in the back of their head, please go home. But, but please, all right, before we go any further, please introduce yourself, tell people who you are and what you do.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. It's an amazing podcast, and Hetma, you're doing very, very interesting things in terms of technology education. So it's also not only a pleasure to be here, but also a pleasure to have you in our EdTech Congress Barcelona, which will take place on the 4th and 5th February in less than a month. And I am the director of the cluster, the EdTech Cluster, that would be the EdTech Association in Spain of companies, universities, and foundations and associations that work for bringing technology or using properly technology in education and training also. So education and training, both from K-12 to corporate. And we organize every year this amazing Congress, EdTech Congress Barcelona, that you're going to be involved this year. So as one of the main cluster activities, we have the Congress, but we do lots of things. We are always, as an association, as a cluster of innovation, doing a lot of work on disseminating basically the use of technology in education.
I love that. So it's two places I want to go. First, I want to stick with you. Then I want to get into the cluster. So what is your background and your history? How did you get into you come through education, you come to go through that and just tell us then, how did you end up where you're at?
Well, I'm a bit old already, so I have a long background before. I have been working for I was working for the Technical University of Catalonia for 15 years, which would be the group of polytechnic universities in our region, working always on international projects related to the implementation of e-learning and technology in education. So I'm talking about that started in 1999.
Don't tell anyone.
Former century. What's amazing, huh? Time flies. I started there, and I was there basically 15 years working on that. So touring the world with international projects between universities, always between universities, and between two departments in the universities, basically the tech department, so the managers, the CTOs, and the pedagogical department. So it was introducing new technologies in education on those decades, which were very, very interesting and inspiring, because it was a challenge. It was a real challenge. And then I changed. I wanted to touch another world in another sector in the world of education, which is professional training, which is higher education, but not university. So it's the technical professional training that is before university or for other types of segments. And I was there for around 7 years, managing those schools, both in Madrid and Barcelona, in both cities. And that was also very interesting because the link between those schools and the companies is extremely necessary. So I worked from another perspective, but obviously very, very connected to technology again. In all the processes. I mean, it's not only technology. When we talk about technology in education or training, we're talking about technology in all the house, all the processes from management to evaluation, from the lecture room or the classroom to mentoring, whatever. And finally, 2 years ago, I had the chance to manage to lead the EdTech Cluster Spain, and I loved it because it was like bringing together all my experience from K-12 university professional training into the I would say the real EdTech sector, right? So where innovation is taking place between companies and schools or companies and universities. So that's me. That's my professional background.
I absolutely love that. And I love how it's kind of feels like it's kind of taking you full circle and you get to take all of that, what you've done, and now really serve the community with it. So I absolutely love that. So one of the things now I want to get to, because you've brought up the word cluster a few times now. In Europe, that is kind of a known concept. To North America, it's a indifferent concept. Like, we don't necessarily think of cluster. So explain to people, what does it mean to kind of run a cluster, and what are the different members, and et cetera? What does that look like?
Yeah. Well, in Europe, it's the clusters came because of the business model of Mr. Michael Porter, which was the main person at Harvard University that started to analyze what was going on in Silicon Valley so many years ago, where the tech companies started to get together, right? And to build synergies in a different way. So we are obviously, juridically, we are an association because there's no juridical concept for a cluster. It doesn't exist. But a cluster has a mission. And the mission is, in this case, bringing innovation through technology in the sector. So we represent the companies and other ecosystem players, such as universities, schools, associations, foundations, that put together two terms: technology and education and training. We are like subsectors of technology, because technology is a big one. You could have an association of digital companies, right? But education and digital, it's like education, it's like digital or tech and fashion. There is a subsector called fashion tech or fintech or corp tech. There are lots of subsectors. So we are one of those. And the way that we were born is understanding that the companies need the stakeholders to build together this innovation with the use of technology, to build together the guidelines for the proper use, to build together procedures and those bridges between the companies and the real needs of the education sector. So this is how we were founded. And for instance, here in Catalonia, we are 27 clusters. We are the cluster that represents education and technology, but there are so many others. So it's the main thing that's maybe I can do like a summary of the main difference is that we have 5 tracks. The first track as a cluster is working the market. So trying to network between members in order to make the sector bigger. The second track is innovation. So trying to work throughout all the members in projects, for instance, projects related to interoperability, that we have some constraints, right, in interoperability nowadays in education. So we have a workforce working on that. And we also even ask for funds to continue working on that. So that's the second track. The third track is internationalization, something like what we are doing now with you. So trying to connect all the sector, our sector, Spanish sector, with other countries. The fourth track is talent. So we all know, and you all know, that it's very difficult to find people that wants to work in EdTech, because education and training, or education and training plus technology, maybe it's not as attractive as working in another type of tech company. So we try to promote with universities and with schools EdTech as a line, an opportunity. And the fifth one is a very interesting one, that is shared value. So trying to make understand society and the companies and the stakeholders that we are education, and what we build has a social impact. So that's a cluster, and we are all working with the same tracks, because there are clusters in all Europe and even in other countries. So we usually have more or less the same tracks.
I absolutely love that. And it's so interesting, because what you really define is also kind of what we've always thought to do with HETMA. To us, it was like kind of this unique random idea of how can we advocate for our entire industry and bring in the channel partners and bring in this and train people and get them here. And it's like, and we thought we were being unique because we don't have that in North America. And maybe it's because you don't need, culturally, we're very different. Language is the same pretty much for the most of the continent, outside of, some Spanish and some French. But for the most part, we're the same culture. And so I think maybe that's why it hasn't. And so it's funny, when we met and we got introduced and hearing about this, I'm like, wait, this sounds like we do the same thing. Okay. And so I absolutely love that. And because one of the things I think I like most is that you advocate for the good of the industry. And it's, yes, you are an organization, and yes, you have to build your organization, right? And you're sort of, that's where the paycheck comes from, et cetera. But the fact is, the mission is, how do we build our people and how do we build our vertical in our industry? And I think that's the greatest thing that I've gotten as we've gotten to know you, is hearing that over and over. And as we've gotten into, being in the Congress, and that's going to be my next question, is talk about the EdTech Congress, because obviously that's what we're even here, we're here for. But I think, but before that, it's like going, okay, there's something bigger. And I love when people have a purpose that serves outside of themselves, and an organization that says, how can we help you as an individual? How can we help you as an EdTech company? How can we help you, as an institution? And can we bring that together? And I think that's what I absolutely love. And I love the aligned missions of the organizations. And I think that is really what's created this great synergy. So with that, what is the EdTech Congress Barcelona?
Okay, the EdTech Congress Barcelona is the main event in Spain, and I would say that it's coming. It's getting bigger in Southern European countries, which is we are always a bit divided, because we are different countries with different cultures, different ways of doing. So, but the EdTech Congress is getting a lot of place in the European market, in the European field. So the EdTech Congress Barcelona is the place where we put together, all the stakeholders. We put together the companies, we put together the schools, we put together universities, we could put together the corporate also, corporate training, because they're always education or training, whatever we call it. It's always, it's always the same path. The learning, it's always learning. So sometimes we say, wow, EdTech or LearnTech. This is a discussion that we are having now at European level. I'm part of the board of the European EdTech Alliance, which is the European network of EdTechs. We are 23 countries within the European EdTech Alliance, and sometimes we talk about this, EdTech or LearnTech. If we say EdTech, it's always like very close to education, very narrow. But if we talk about LearnTech, we are talking about learning from K-12 to lifelong learning, right?
Yeah.
So the Congress is a place, it's 2 days full immersion of amazing keynote speakers that we put in a very big auditorium, and then we do several tracks for different segments. So K-12, professional training, universities, and corporate. We also have a small track for public administrations, because we believe that public administrations working in education need to be really informed and involved in all the things that we are building as a sector. So if we are building guidelines on ethics, on artificial intelligence, we need to invite them to come, and they will learn how we work and what are we building, so that they could help us on disseminating all the things that we produce, right? Yeah. And we have the Congress is around 2,000 people, which is not bad.
Crazy. That's great
for a Congress. It's in the main Congress hall of the city of Barcelona, in the city center, which is very, very comfortable. And this year, the topic is going to be very special, because we have been talking about artificial intelligence in the different moods in the last 3 years. But this year, we want to make it more human, more the perspectives of different sectors involved in education as well. So we're going to have people very experts in artificial intelligence from the industry side, but also from the education side, but also from the cultural side or artistic side. So we want to talk about what is going to be what can we expect in different fields of industry or services, to get a more holistic view of artificial intelligence, rather than a software, right? Rather than something that we are using as a tool for something, no? Which purpose? How other sectors are envisioning what is going to be? How are they going to use it in different ways? So it's going to be really interesting, because we are going to have a philosopher, we're going to have a writer that has done a lot of books on the topic. We are going to have let's see if I say it properly, a paleoanthropologist. Is it
paleoanthropologist? Yeah.
Paleoanthropologist. Which is a person that was in the team discovering one of the main, don't know the word in English, one of the main excavations in Spain, Atapuerca. It's very, very, very famous, one of the oldest in the world. And he's going to give us, this shift to a future digital brain, right? That we're talking a lot about that, and that in education and in universities and in training, it's going to have an amazing impact, even though it's something that's going to be slowly, but he will give us this insight. And then we have a lot of parallel sessions, and that's going to be amazing, because each segment goes to where they want to go.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I love how you're really thinking outside the box for the people who are speaking. I mean, I think the whole thing, if I'm not sick, kicks off even with our former deputy director of U.S. Department of Education, and
Yes.
she will be there as well. Christina will be there. So I think like just really touching all these different areas, because I think that's what we do, right? If I sit there and think about our schools, and well, it's easy to think about the technology, right? What do we do most of the time? We try to keep the tech going in our classrooms, but the fact is, in that classroom are anthropologists, are philosophers, are technical people, are education people, right? So we're using our technology as a tool for other people to accomplish what they're
Yes.
trying to do. And you're bringing those voices in at this really high level. I'm really excited about it. And because I think it's so unique. It's one of the things I'm looking forward to most this year, and the trip out to Barcelona is these 2 days of being able to sit there and experience this. I'm going to call it unique to you all. This is just what we do. And then when I first found out about this, when I was talking to Mike Blackman at Infocom Asia, and he's like, "Hey, I want you guys to be part of this, and let's get you." And I was like, "Wait, and they get 2,000 people to this? This is crazy! Like, this is amazing!" And having your own thing. And so with that, so the Congress actually used to be a different week, and now it's moved to align with.
Yes.
ISE. What does that mean for you as an organization to have the partnership of ISE behind you on this, and kind of talk about that?
Yes. Well, the first thing that we did, for instance, last year, we decided to move our Congress from April to February, because the academic year in Southern European countries, and obviously in most of the European countries, but Northern start a bit earlier than us. The academic year starts in September, which means that in March, usually the month of March, April, the schools and the universities start all their commercial activities, marketing activities. April was late. January is very early, because January is a terrible month for everybody. Till December, we couldn't offer anything, because they were, running the year, running the first academic semester, right? So we decided to move it to February, and it was a success. Because on February we have the Congress. In March, they can participate in their exhibitions and fairs and all those things that usually schools and universities do, right, to market their programs. So that was the first thing. And the second thing was, once we were in February, it was easier to get together with ISE, because ISE is an event with a very big area on education technology. Mm-hmm. It's more exhibitor as in education technology, with the EdTech Summit that was run by Jill Ferrer, which I know her from lots of years. I mean, so we got together to say, why are we, repeating ourselves in 2 weeks or 3 weeks difference? Let's get together. ISE brings a lot of people, techie people from the world, and education is everywhere, or training is everywhere. In all companies there's training. So tools for training, EdTech sector is a sector that it's really transversal, even though we are very small. Yeah. We are a very small sector. We cannot compare ourselves with efficient energy tech, for instance, or fintech, imagine. But we are very transversal. So we decided to talk together and say, how can we, bring these efforts and work, try to write a roadmap to define how to work together and make bigger the education part. So that's how it all started, and now we're really happy, because for 2027 we will already be there. We will already be in ISE, with the program embedded, with the hackathon embedded, with everything embedded into the same program, maintaining the EdTech Congress Barcelona way or spirit, I would say, right? Because it's a congress that we try to, work in a very accurate way so that we bring the people that we want to come.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that. And I'm really excited about what you're even, I know we're already looking at 2027. 2026 still has to happen. But I love it. I think that there is such a need for what you do. And I'm really excited about kind of how it's going to develop and how you're going to be able to grow it. And I'm excited that HETMA has a little part in being able to support it as well. So we're doing a booth on, so for those who don't know, HETMA actually has 2 booths this year, one at the ISE main show floor and one at the EdTech Congress. So we're at T204 there at the EdTech Congress. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be great to be able to kind of explore both communities and how there can be synergies. So just talk about that. What does it mean now for your organization to also have, kind of our international organization coming in and doing that, and talk about that?
It's fantastic. I mean, having international organizations is opening, the Congress to other dimensions that we are exploring and that we didn't have the chance. Last year, we had for the first time EdTech Finland. They had a booth. So we had our friends from Finland, which is a very northern European country, with us, and they gave this, perspective, different perspective, but with similar challenges, because we all share the challenges. So that was extremely interesting. So this year, and having Christina with us as a keynote speaker is amazing. That you join us and that we can have your perspective also on all the different topics that we will be covering in the Congress. The leitmotif, the big one, is artificial intelligence, but we're going to talk about test bedding, interoperability, evaluation. So I'm sure that HETMA, with all the baggage, all the history behind that you have in working as CTOs in universities, can bring a lot of expertise to us. So I think that's fantastic. I mean, having you and having your expertise in the Congress this year.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. And I mean, and I'll warn you too. So when people come by the booth 204, we're known for giving out some good swag and having some fun. So I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to have some fun. And we've got the swag of swag. We are coming out. By the way, you know how hard it was to find a printer in Barcelona, and I didn't even think I should have just reached out to you and said, well, my Google doesn't give the same, search results as yours does.
It never does. It never does.
But we are getting everything printed out there.
Ask me. I help you. I can help you with whatever you need.
I thought about that way too late, but here we go. So, but no, we're coming in. We're gonna give everyone a bunch of swag. We're gonna also just get involved in the conversations, and we're looking forward to just meeting people and having the unique conversations that we don't necessarily get to have. And I think it's going to be a great kind of juxtaposition to the ISE kind of main floor. Is it's a huge event, right? People who have been to Integrated Systems Europe know that, it's 70,000 people in this huge 8 halls, and it's massive, and it's technology. And then you're adding the conversations and the training and the learning side of it to it. And I think that's going to be a great thing. And so for people to kind of give you an idea, so show floor of ISE is on Tuesday through Friday. EdTech Congress is Wednesday and Thursday. So right there in the middle. And people can come. So when you, I'll give where's my little thing? So there we go. That's a long URL I just put down there, everybody. But HETMA, we have some passes for everybody. So if you go and you reach out to me or put in our code, we can get you into the Congress there as well. Come and enjoy the main show floor, come and enjoy the EdTech Congress, and then come back to the floor again. We're doing some cool things for everybody. We're going to host a happy hour on Friday and Thursday night. So Thursday after people leave because the EdTech Congress ends at, I believe, 3:00-ish, right, on Thursday.
Yes, because we are going to there's going to be a shuttle bus between EdTech Congress Barcelona and ISE. And people from the EdTech Congress Barcelona can go from there to ISE on Thursday afternoon, because there are going to be some tours, some specific tours on the education technology part of ISE. That's going to happen both on Thursday afternoon and Friday morning. Friday morning.
So, and I think that's going to be great for people in connecting that learning experience, to getting used to the floor. I encourage everybody. We are at HETMA booth on the main show floor at ISE is 2W400. So right in the, we are an anchor there in the EdTech hall. So EdTech hall is hall 2. So we're there right across from the connected classroom. We'll be doing tours. Well, we'll be doing a happy hours out of there. We will be, again, giving away more swag. Oh, and something I'm not going to let everyone know. You have to come by the booth. There's going to be a very unique experience for ISE that will be at our booth on the main floor. So we might have some special swag for people who have come from the EdTech Congress and come to the ISE floor. So I'm just going to tease that. There might be something special for people if you stop by the booth. But what this is going to be is a great opportunity to get connected, because I know that not all the audiences are the same, right? And so I would like to say, I see, and you correct me if I'm wrong, 26 is more of kind of a transitional year, and 27 is where we're going to really build all of that out and have that. So this is going to be a great introduction to people. I encourage you. We have 20 people coming out. That we are our entire board. We have some chairs. We're hosting things for everybody. If you go to higheredav.com/ISE 2026, you'll see everything we're doing from the EdTech Congress to the ISE show floor, plus our the tours, plus our happy hours, plus all the events. Look at this as a curated week for you, right? Just come out for the week and have it all curated just for you. And then also having a little bit of time to go and say, okay, what interests me? You go do that. But then also, how can I get involved in my community? Because I'll tell you, those who've been to ISE, and if you haven't been, it can be overwhelming. You walk in and go, there's a whole lot of lights here, and there's a whole lot of people. Where do I find my connection? And that's where what we as HETMA are trying to do is go, we're here. Don't walk in and get lost. Walk in, find us, and let us help you. What do you want to learn about? We'll introduce you to people. We have the connections with that. We're going to be doing live podcast recording at both booths, actually. So I think, we want to come in, we want to hear everyone's story and kind of connect that for a week for you. So I'm excited about it. I'm really, really, really excited. So to that, what are you most excited about?
I am very, very, very excited about the impact of this of having an EdTech Congress Barcelona with an ISE that means a week of EdTech. So it's the first time that we're going to have 4 days and a half, I would say, because the EdTech Summit is on Wednesday. On Thursday afternoon, the EdTech Summit that organizes Jill Ferrer, and that next year will be together with us. So we are going to be within the same program. For me, it's the week of education and technology for the first time in our countries, which we don't have a lot of exhibitions so big as the one that we are building. I mean, there's BET in the UK, we all know it, but nothing else. All the others are a bit local, which is normal because sometimes the rules and the countries have several. But in our case, what we are trying to build with ISE is something bigger, something broader, something a bit holistic in education and training and technology. So this is what I'm really excited to see, how all the movements from one place to the other. I would like to see, hopefully I will, or we will, but I would like to see, a screen on screens on both on both places, right? Saying, oh, the people from the EdTech Congress Barcelona are doing a hackathon on this, and the people from ISE are doing the Investors Forum. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. And this is going to be very exciting for all of us because we're going to be connected to a broader community.
Yes, I absolutely love that. And I love your excitement about it. And by the way, I'm telling people come by our booths because we're doing some things that are going to connect both shows or
That's
both.
it. That's it.
So we've got some things planned for people that will, if you're in one area, you're going to see a little bit into the other. And if you're in one, you're going to see a little bit into the other. So we're connecting our two booths. So it's going to be something very unique. Yeah.
Because it's a week where, it's a week where the full city is devoted to this. So being integrated, we're a small congress within an amazing event, an amazing ISC. So for us is fantastic, to bring another audience, to bring this connection to education, and the city is going to be really brightening. It's going to be amazing.
They always went. That was one of the things that I noticed about ISC when I first went, is how welcoming the city was to the conference, right? From the UM Festival and being able to have every sign everywhere was welcome ISC, like all over the city. It's like, wow, what other conference gets signs? And maybe that's just who you are as people. I don't know, but like, it's very unique to see an entire city say, this week belongs to you. And that's the feeling that I always get. And that's why Barcelona is one of my favorite cities. I just love it. I love being a tourist in it. Even though I'm starting to feel like a local. I know my way around now pretty well.
Well, after 6 years, I can imagine that you learned a lot. It's not a very big city. So the city center and all the parts, the old neighborhoods are very nice, and they are so old that they never change. It's impossible to change them. They get adapted, but they never change. So, and it's a very techy city. We have always been a city. We have always been a very open city to receive and to bring events to Barcelona, to bring technology, to bring innovation. We are a test better city. We always love to test things and to learn about what we have done. And well, I think that's why probably the EdTech Congress Barcelona also grew so much in the last 5 years, because it's the city where technology and innovation is always, cooking things.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. This has been an incredible conversation for the event. I encourage everybody, edtechcongressbcn.com, go there. Also, just go to Higher AV and go to HETMA, and we will connect you to everything. And also, you can get our passes too, free passes. So that's one of the things for this. They are limited, so make sure you get to us, and we can get you those passes. But I end every show with a little rapid round of fun questions that mean nothing. There's no right or wrong answer, unless I might have an opinion of my own, in which case there might have a wrong answer. All right.
Okay.
Now, everybody gets the same first question. Now, this is one that might be a little culturally different. So in North America, we believe in the traditions of colleges. So we're about our college, but we're about tradition. So what is your favorite college tradition?
My favorite college tradition, wow, that's difficult because, I think that's the trip that students always do in the first year. So there's an amazing trip that we do. In our case, imagine, it was a trip to Madrid, from Barcelona to Madrid. That was like obviously 30 years ago, a bit more than 30 years ago. But it was amazing. So that's a college tradition that I loved. It was discovering the world for us, which was Madrid. Very close to us.
All right. I love that. And please, I haven't made it into Madrid yet. I keep thinking I need to. I need to extend some days, but I haven't been able to chance to do it.
It's a nice city. It's a really nice city as well.
Okay, so usually then I find when I'm interviewing somebody, I kind of know where they live, and now I know you're in Barcelona.
Yes.
And I usually ask them where we eating and drinking. So now, as a local, where am I going to find the best paella? Where am I going? I'm not walking around La Rambla, okay? Because those are tourist traps. Where's the good
stuff? Really? They are. But there are some very good paellas in the Rambla as well, because I am a very local Rambla. And I can suggest you a very good paella in the Ramblas in
Okay.
Amaya restaurant. It's very old. It's a very old restaurant. And they have they have amazing paellas there. Amaya restaurant. And there's another place that's very famous and that we locals we usually go, which is the Set Portas, the 7 doors. The restaurant's 7 doors.
I've been there. That
You've
is
been
good.
there.
I've been to 7. Okay. And
That's a
Amaya. All
good
right.
one.
I got
But
Amaya.
if you want to taste a good paella in the Ramblas, you can go to Amaya. It's a family. It's family run, so it's a good place.
See, I'm looking. My other one I usually go to Las Cocarinas. It's in Gothic, and it was very good too. It's old.
Can Cullaretas?
Sounds
No?
right. You probably say it right, and I don't.
Can Cullaretas. It's a very old one. It's the second oldest restaurant in Barcelona.
Okay. Yeah.
No, in Barcelona. No, in Spain. The second oldest restaurant.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes. We need to go there.
All right. Hey, I get into town on Friday, so I'll have Friday night dinner available. So I get in early. So I'm flying Thursday. So how about myself and a few of the board people, let's plan Friday.
We organize it. Yes.
Love it. And then, okay. So, all right. How about this? Red cava, white cava. Wait, no, sorry. What? Red sangria, white sangria, or cava? Which one? Red sangria, white sangria, or cava?
Red wine, sorry.
Red wine, okay.
Red wine, I mean, yes. Sangria, what to say? When you have a good wine, a sangria is very sweety, extremely sweet. And cava, not very fan of it. So red wine.
Red wine. All right. I'll accept that. I will accept. And you can't ever go wrong with a Spanish wine. So there you go.
We have a lot of good wines in Catalonia and outside. I mean, it's amazing. It's a country of wine. So whoever comes, I can suggest a lot of wines. I am a little expert.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to follow up.
My dad did wine. We did wine. Yes, many years ago.
Okay, so where's the best little wine bar for visitors to go to when they come into Barcelona?
Wow, wine bars.
Or a place to find a nice little local something.
I would go to a place that's called. We have a very nice place now. They have very local wines. It's a very nice story because I don't know if we have the time. I will be very quick. It's an old library that, well, as you know, libraries are suffering a little. They decided to reorganize it as a library and a place for wines and tapas. Tapas are something very, very typical here. And they have very good local wines. And it's called Espaikera. Espaikera was the first library in the city, the oldest one. And it was a library basically for travelers. So they decided to combine food and beverages with books. And it's an amazing place for tasting wines. Espaikera. They have Espaikera and they have Sant Jordi. And the famous singer Rosalia was there some weeks ago.
Okay. See, these are the conversations that I need to have. All right. So now I'm replanning my entire week here based on. All right.
Espaikera and Sant Jordi. I will send it to you later.
Oh, I love it. See, this is the part of having a local that works out. I like it. No, I'm so excited about the city and the trip and just going out there. It's a long week, but it's always fun. So, it's great. And the city is safe. And I think it's one of the things I think most people don't realize is for the size of the city and just how safe and clean and welcoming the entire city is. And I think, and that's a rarity. And so you all have something really special there. I think for
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. So last question. Now, this one throws people off a little bit. So this is the last one I end everything on.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Let's say you had your own podcast and you could
Huh.
talk about anything you wanted to talk about. It doesn't have to be tech, educate, anything. But for 1 minute, 1 minute monologue, what would it be? Your time starts now.
Okay, I would talk about traveling. I love traveling. I have been in 75, 76 countries in the world.
Wow.
I'm really enthusiastic in knowing the culture and in knowing all the how to say, the anthropological perspective that is behind the countries that I have visited. I think that traveling opens you to another way of being. The travelers, the people that we love traveling, we understand, and we are a little more empathetic than others in terms of understanding intercultural communication and approaches, not only for work but also for our real life with families and friends. And I would say that one of the most beautiful countries that I have ever visited is Uzbekistan, because Uzbekistan is an amazing country with the Silk Road, the old Marco Polo Silk Road over there, and it maintains a lot the essence of that Asia that we had some centuries ago. So my podcast for sure would be on traveling the world.
I love it. Look at that. And if you've been to 75 countries, you got 75 episodes right there just to start with. You can, there you go. You do the best and worst of every country. Okay. Well, what about the States? What was your favorite? How many cities in the US have you been to?
Wow. Well, when I was 20, I found a very cheap flight ticket to New York, and I went directly to New York. Then I visited Washington, Philadelphia. I had a friend studying in Albany, so it was, easy to move around that area. And then I also, Boston, obviously, amazing. But I would say that, and then like 4 years ago, I went to San Francisco. And San Francisco was amazing for me. It was like something out of. I don't know if it was the weather, the type of city, but I really loved it. But I loved all of them. So I still need to go back because it's so big that there's so much. I would love to go to Los Angeles. Never been there.
That is the correct answer, by the way. That is the correct
I know it. That's why I said it. So that's going to be my next trip.
See, there you go. And if you come out to InfoComm, go to Vegas, you can come out for that and then swing through LA and we'll show you around. So there you go.
That's it. We'll do that. Yes.
I love it. This has been fun. Last thing is, how can people get a hold of you and connect with you? I will add your LinkedIn and the EdTech Congress links to the show notes, but how can people connect with you if they would like to?
Yes, they can either connect to me through LinkedIn or through my email. I don't know. Do you want me to spell it, or we can write it?
I'll put it in the show notes for people.
That's it. Through my email, perfect, and through LinkedIn, I'm always really active. So I try to be very, very connected.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much. This was such a fun conversation. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing you in person in just about 3 weeks. This is going to be crazy.
Yes,
this is not. We're actually, I think it is 3 weeks from tomorrow. 3 weeks from tomorrow. Actually, 3 weeks from today, I get on a plane and I lose my get.
That's it.
And then I will be in your beautiful city. But I thank you, and of course, everybody. You can find me at Josiah Way on all the socials. Make sure you follow hetma.org, and go to hiredav.com/ISE 2026 to get all the information of what the Hetma booth is doing at both EdTech Congress, the next AI Summit, the ISE main show floor, plus other great social events we're doing. Calendar of events is there. So make sure you all get there, connect to us so we can get you connected to your people. And as always, None of the opinions expressed here are those of our respective institutions, companies, sponsors, or really anyone who wants to sue us. If you want to sue us, that has nothing to do with you. There you go. Hope, and if you did enjoy these opinions, there might be better ones next time. And hang on.
Thank you.